Good evening guys. So time check, mag-8 na. So na-late lang tayo kasi miscalculations. Run out. So introduction, my name is Dale Justin Parcon, and together with me, Katrina Digal, Wayne Goodmalin, and Saibel Gabas. So for our collaborative work, we assigned parts on each of our members. And for the number 1, si Saibel. Si Katrina naman sa number 2. Number 3 for Wayne. 4 and 5 is ako. So, Saibel, ikaw na.
So, good evening, guys. For question number 1, 12-kilogram package in a mail sorting room slides 2 meters down a chute that is inclined at 53 degrees below the horizontal. The coefficient of kinetic friction between the package and the chute surface. Wait lang, so, may narinig kayo?
Wala man.
What is the net work done on the package? So, for the question number 1, net work ang hinahanap, which is the sum of all the external forces. So in this problem, we are going to show 3 different solution which will be discussed later on. And in solving this one, given the variables and the solution will be given afterwards too.
Kat, take the floor, please.
Good evening, guys. So, number 2, a 4.80 kilogram watermelon is dropped from rest from the roof of an 18-meter tall building and feels no appreciable air resistance. Calculate the work done by gravity on the watermelon during its displacement from the roof to the ground. So, ang i-calculate natin dito is yung work done by gravity on the watermelon. So, ang ma-illustrate ko dito is mataas masyado na building, tapos may tao na mag-drop ng watermelon, i-drop pa niya, and then may arrow na naga-illustrate na gi-drop niya. So, yun yung illustration or yung bali yung FBD natin. And ang maano ko siguro dito is work is equals to mass times gravity times height, since ang binigay man na variable sa problem is 4.80 kilograms yung mass ng watermelon, yung height ng building, and yung gravity, which nakasabi din na no appreciable air resistance. See.
Thank you, Kat.
And
Sige lang. Sige, thank you,
okay,
Kat. Go in.
okay. So as per our question number 3, this is pretty much understandable because it digs deeper on the spring itself, which illustrates a elastic potential energy. So so I will read the question. Spring of negligible mass has a force constant K is equals to 800 Newton meter. How far must the spring be compressed for 1.20 joule of potential energy to be stored in it? So as I've said earlier, that the potential energy will create a elastic potential energy. So I think we must follow kung ano yung constant value or standard formula ng elastic potential energy. So we will discuss it further in a while.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you guys for your thoughts and analyzations. So for our fourth problem, 1.5 kilogram snowball is fired from a cliff 12.5 meters high, and the snowball's initial velocity is 14 meters. 14 meters. Ano gani ang S?
14 meters square, Dale.
Ay, tama, no? Oh my God, nasali sa video. Sorry na mental block.
Sige.
So anyways, the snowball's initial velocity is 14 meters squared, directed 41 degrees above the horizontal. Using conservation of mechanical energy, calculate the speed of the snowball as it reaches the ground below the cliff. So for my illustration, same for Katrina, is a guy on top of a cliff, like parang magtapon siya ng snowball from the top of the cliff, and then i-calculate kung ano ang speed ng snowball magdating sa ground. So I think kailangan i-solve dito is yung final velocity ata ng snowball, kasi yun nga ang question is dapat i-calculate ang speed of the snowball as it reaches the ground below the cliff. So yeah. So for the fifth problem, an 80 kilogram skydiver jumps out of a balloon at an altitude of 1,000 meters and opens the parachute at an altitude of 200 meters. Assuming the total retarding force on the diver is constant at 50 newtons, with the parachute closed, and constant at 3,600 newtons with the parachute open. Find the skydiver's speed when he lands on the ground. Do you think the skydiver will be injured? Explain. At what height should the parachute be open so that the final speed of the diver when he hits the ground is 5 meters squared? So for the first question, I think siguro final velocity din ang kailangan. Kasi ito din yung final velocity will determine kung ano talaga yung speed ng skydiver. And sa B and C, we'll discuss it further. So, yun lang. So apparently, before this video happened, as a group, we already did the solutions during the break. And sadly, there was a sudden announcement na kailangan pala ng video. So, yeah, nagawa namin yung solutions before the discussion. And yes. So for this part, we will discuss the solutions. So, Cybel, take the floor, please.
So, good evening, guys. For the solution, can I present natin ito, no? So, first of all, we are going to list the given parts. So, these are the given parts shown, and mass of the package is 12.0 kilogram, and for the distance we have 2.0 meters. Angle of inclination is equals to 53 degrees, and coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.4. So with this given, we are required to find the network. So as I said kanina, network is sum of all the external forces. In order to get this network done, or the network, we are going to have we are going to find the work done by friction, work done by gravity, and the work done on the package by normal force. And if we find that all, we are going to um, add them, and that will be the answer for the network. So for the first solution, work done by friction. So this is the solution that we are going to use, and um, we're going to put all the variables that are assigned or that are uh, fits here. So with this, we are going to multiply all the variable, and the answer will be negative 37.75 joules, which is work done by friction. And for the second one, the work done by gravity. So same as the friction, we're going to input all the variables and multiply them all, and we will have a product of 125.23 joules. So the work done of the package by normal force is equal to 0. So having them all, we have the final solution, which is the network, which we will going to add up all the variables, which we will going to have a sum of 87.84 joules. So in this problem, the problem number 1, the network done on the package is 87.84 joules. So that will be the explanation for number 1.
Thank you, Cybel, for sharing your answers. Guys, I would like to remind you na 8 minutes na lang yung remaining recording natin. So, as much as possible, you can sum up na lang your explanations. So, Kat.
Okay. Okay, so di ako sure if makita nyo, pero yan ang solution, guys. So work is equals to mass times gravity times height. And simple multiplication lang siya sa, hindi ko siya makita dito, pero simple multiplication lang siya. So i-multiply mo ang lahat ng variables para makuha yung final answer ng 846.72 joules. And yun lang ang solution, since short lang siya.
Thank you, Kat. Wayne, can you share your answer, please?
Okay, sure. So as per the solution that I had solved, basically we just manipulated the formula or the standard formula of elastic potential energy, which is expressed to potential energy is equals to 1/2 K or force X squared. So when we are going to manipulate the formula, it will with dividing both sides by or multiplying both sides by 2 over K, or multiply 2 then divide M, it will become X is equals to square root of 2 elastic potential energy over K. So from the given, we have potential energy 1.20 joules and a constant force of 800 Newton meter. So as we are going to substitute it to the manipulated equation, we will have uh, equation which is x is equals to square root of 2 times 1.20 joule divided by 800 Newton meter. And when we are going to simplify it, we then arrive with a final answer of 5.477 times 10 raised to negative 2 m, which is compressed. Basically, it is compressed because it is asked or required that it must be compressed. So therefore, 5.477 times 10 raised to negative 2 meter is the farthest the spring can be compressed for 1.20 joule of potential energy to be stored in it. So to have a visualization of the problem, imagine a spring being released, and when it is being released, the spring is compressed. The same thing happens to this problem. So basically, that's it, my solution.
Thank you, Wayne. So, Kat, pwede pa-end ng share screen mo. Kasi share screen
Okay,
ko yung
okay.
ang answers.
Yan.
Siya makita. So, guys, makita nyo ang ano. Okay. So, for the fourth problem, as what I've mentioned before, final velocity yung hinahanap. So, as the problem stated that in order using the conservation of mechanical energy, yun din yung ginamit ko na equation. So, since final velocity yung ginhanap, I manipulated the final velocity by I transferred all the remaining variables so that final velocity na lang yung maiwan. And guys, baka nag-wonder kayo bakit may square root. It's actually if you can, kung makikita nyo sa sa final velocity, di ba naka-squared siya. So yun, i-square root ko na lang. So with this, using the given from the problem, I substituted all the given to the variables and reached to a final answer of 21 meters squared. And yan yung speed ng snowball as the guy thrown from the cliff up to the ground. And for the fifth problem, sa A, I calculated then the final velocity. So, in order to manipulate the final velocity na we transfer the remaining variables to the other side. And with that, we reach to an equation of square root of 2 times, wait lang, i-ano ko na lang, annotate. So ito. Kita nyo? So with that, kailangan lang natin i-substitute ng lahat ng given from the problem to the variables. Then, until ma-reach natin yung final answer of a 24.5 meters squared. And sa B, as it asked kung, ano yun? Do you think the skydiver will be injured? Yes, since 24.5 meters squared is already fast now. And sa C, hinahanap dito yung height ng skydiver when he hits the ground at a speed of 5 meters squared. So with this, I manipulated this formula na para mahanap na lang yung final height. And with that, i-substitute lang din yung variables and I reached to a final answer of 206.5 meters. That's it, guys. So apparently we have less than a minute na lang sa ating meeting and quick goodbye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, by 5 seconds na iwan.
Ano mangyari if magsobra?
Makat ata yung video.